Hi there, Smart Drivers. Rick with Smart Drive Test talking to you tonight about starting a career as a truck or bus driver. Yes, you can start a new career, and there's probably a bit of trepidation about starting a new career. Manbur is here. Hi, Manbur. And what do? There you go, 870. Hi there. There we go. Got comments up, and you don't see the extension cord hanging in the back anymore. I do encourage you to do that, to clean off the roof of your vehicle if there's snow on the roof of your vehicle. However, you know, if I can get smart drivers just to clear the glass and the lights off their vehicle, I think that's doing a lot more than just getting the snow off the roof. So what I'm going to say, instead of, if you can't get the snow off the roof, there are a couple of potential hazards that could happen. Excellent. That's great, Joshua, that you're starting your career with Stevens Transport. One of the other things I wanted to ask people is I am using the community feed, the new community tab here on YouTube. I'm trying to post some of the stuff in the mastermind group over on Smart Drive Test. How many people are getting comments from the community tab here on YouTube? Just type SMART into the comments there, and that way I'll know whether you're getting it or not, because I think a lot of people aren't getting it. I'm Rick August. Yes, I do have a PhD in legal history as it relates to policing, and as it relates to policing specifically as it relates to traffic. So let me just see if I can get the page down here. I got to click on the, there we go. So I was a truck driver for the better part of 10 years during the 1990s. I drove through Canada and the United States, and for a period of some months I drove LTL. LTL stands for less than freight, which essentially means that there's more than 3 or 4 drops on a trailer. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about in terms of becoming a truck or bus driver is finding a job, because essentially after you become a bus or a truck driver, the end result is that you want to get a job. All right, and I've already talked about this, about getting it all. If you get a truck driving license, you're going to get a bus license as well, and there are lots of driving job opportunities. And this is me some years ago when I still had hair. To become a bus or truck driver, obviously you need a license, and you have to go to truck driving school. And you enroll in truck driving school, and as I said, truck driving school is going to cost you anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000. So you've gone to truck driving school, you get your license. As I said at the beginning, you need to start looking for a job before you even finish truck driving school, because if you don't start looking for a job, what's going to happen when you get out is you're going to run up against this. I talked to a woman a couple of weeks ago who was at the end of her course at truck driving school. She couldn't tell me what the weights were on the truck. And then this is important, because you cannot be overweight. You cannot be overweight on your gross vehicle weight or your axle weights. If you are, you're not in compliance, and you're going to get a fine. Because 10-speed Beautiful Butterfly is fairly straightforward. It's just a 5-speed transmission with a high-low range, which is fairly simple. So it's going to be fairly easy for you to learn that and pick that up. So as I was saying, you get funding, and Beautiful Butterfly said that she got a funding for truck driving school, so that's really great. Okay, so Luad, if you're taking your test and there's going to be snow, have a look at the taking your road test in the wintertime here. I've done a video on taking your road test in the wintertime, and that'll help you out, and that'll show you some of the things. Actually, if there's snow on the road, Luad, it's going to be a little bit easier to take your test because it's not as exact. Sebastian, what advice would you give to someone trying to encourage their supervisor not to quit on a goal of starting a career as a truck driver? Well, Sebastian, one of the things you can do is that you can only show them the door. You can't actually do the work for them. If they decide that they don't want to go on and be a truck driver, unfortunately there isn't anything you're going to do. I mean, you can point out some of the benefits of doing that. But alright, so Pass Your CDL Air Brakes is a course that I have on my website, and it is in 4 modules. And as I said, as to get your CDL license, one of the components that you're going to have to do is your CDL air brakes. And as well, a bonus in the course is that I give you a CDL practice question. This is about if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, do that. And if you want to give it a thumbs up, hit the thumbs up button as well. Congratulations to all the smart drivers that got their license in the last week. That's really great, and that's really awesome, and thanks for letting us know. Good luck on your road test, and remember, pick the best answer, not necessarily the right answer. Have a great night. Bye now. Most of the driving centers where you're going to take a license for a CDL license, in my experience, there are only 1 or 2 test routes out